You will come back, my friends. Skirt.
Alright there guys, just some ordinary dude here and welcome to another edition of Discussions with the Dude. Today I am joined by, first of all, guest dbz619. How are you?
I'm doing good.
And we've also got Zane, who's been a part of these podcasts a bunch of times before. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty well.
That's good. And there's a possibility another one or two people might join us later on. But for now, we're going to start with a somewhat interesting topic. This was a subject actually suggested by Brody, or Nickelodeon Fan 1990, as some people know him. Basically, we're going to talk about the idea of the Loud House characters, mainly the main family. And we're going to talk about what kind of superheroes from Marvel or DC would be fitting for each of them. You know, some people might be interested in that topic. It's just a bit of a sort of fun one rather than like some like bigger, more passionate topic. Like last time we were talking about the state of the fandom and its reputation and everything. This time we're just going to have a little bit more fun with this one. Kind of like the time I did a podcast about Lola and Adelaide in a hypothetical fight situation. Yeah. So, I've followed Marvel and DC to a point over the years. I'm not like the biggest superhero guy in the world, but I know enough about it to have a few ideas. But I'm gonna let you guys have a chance to sort of start this one. Do you have any particular ideas of what superheroes would be fitting for any of the Louds in particular?
I'd like to go first if that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I ain't got nothing to say, Rich. Not much.
Okay. So, as I'm sure the both of you know, that I am the creator of Luna Loud the Knockout Rocker, right?
Yeah.
However, that's not the only fanfic under my belt. I also have another story called Lincoln Loud, the Boy of Steel.
Okay. No guesses as to what superhero he is there.
Yep, and this centers around Lincoln Loud as Superman, a kid version of Superman.
Superboy.
Yeah, basically Superboy. That's to be more accurate.
Yeah. So.
Okay. And it's got significantly less chapters than Knockout Rocker because Knockout Rocker was my main thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was brought into conception some time ago because basically out of pure curiosity, what was such as this topic.
Yeah.
And there are a ton of fanfics out there surrounding crossovers with DC and Marvel.
Yeah.
One of which was called, I think it's called Lincoln Loud, the Savviest Spider-Man, which is a Spider-Man fanfic, which is really damn good, by the way.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, so so you can guess the reason I brought this up is because I felt that Superman would be a good fit for Lincoln.
Okay.
Because he's more or less the odd one out in the family, basically.
I suppose that was the idea at first. Although in the case of Lincoln, like obviously there have been like instances in the show itself, like obviously there's the whole A Savvy franchise and the concept of like, the Full House gang and that sort of thing, where the Loud sisters were sort of given their own superhero personas related to A Savvy and their own sort of set of powers and or abilities, which is kind of interesting because obviously Lincoln has always been portrayed more along the lines of like a Batman or a James Bond. Like A Savvy is like a sort of old school Batman, or David Steele is like a James Bond. They even did a No Time to Spy movie about it. That's sort of the way they've gone with Lincoln's character. I think, is something to bring up there, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that is a good point.
Also, another one, Zatanna, who was obviously like sort of a magical trick magician girl, and obviously one of Lincoln's main things is like he's into magic tricks, that sort of thing, isn't he? So that's another potential. There's quite a few options you could go with Lincoln's character in terms of what kind of superhero you'd make him into, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and obviously, like with the rest, going back to like the whole A Savvy Full House gang thing, you've got like a few examples. Like obviously with Lynn, that she's already got super strength. Let's be honest, but they made that into her gimmick, so you could almost argue like she could be, I don't know, some sort of superhero. Like, well, most superheroes have super strength. Let's be honest. But I actually think there's a few like specific examples we could come up with. Like, for example, one character I think you could easily give one of two superhero personas to is Lola Loud. Now, let's actually think about Lola as a character. When it comes to like her strength, because in some episodes she's portrayed as like really strong and fearsome, and part of that is down to like the anger she gets. And it seems like the more angry she gets, the stronger she gets. Kind of like the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
one option you could go with her. But obviously, the other option, and it's one I've done in my own story, Multiverse War, the Human Torch. Because we've seen in episodes like A Star is Scorn, for example, that she seems to actually have fire powers. Like in that episode, her hair ignited and she turned red and attacked Miss Carmichael and basically knocked her out. And it's like the show sort of implies she has firepower, which of course that's a bit of a reference to the fact that she was also Princess Azula in Avatar, another Grey Griffin character in Nickelodeon. And it's like that's another, like, either Human Torch or the Hulk or a hybrid of both is easily something you could appoint to Lola Loud, I think, based on what we know about her.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are some good points. Yeah.
Obviously, then you've got like some other characters who are maybe a little bit harder to appoint. Now,
well, actually, there is one that comes to mind, and there's Lana Loud.
Yeah,
and the one ability I think would be perfect for her would be Beast Boy's powers, because she's all about animals.
Well,
aside from the whole
point.
plumbing and mechanic thing.
Actually, that would be a very good idea, because they even sort of like, remember the episode, was it Scales of Justice, where she had all her like animal companions like form this big mud like swamp monster that came out of the water.
I remember that.
And you do almost sort of get a sense like, yeah, you could weaponize Lana's like character trait of like being into animals. So you could either do what you've just said, you could go with Beast Boy and have her be able to turn into every single animal, which would be a very interesting thing to do, like thematically as much as anything else, because obviously Lana really likes animals and understands them. And with this power, she could understand them on a whole other level, because now she's got a body just like theirs, and she can live just like them and think just like them. And that would be an interesting thing to do with Lana if like they were to introduce a real superhero element into a franchise like the Loud House.
Right,
yeah.
But also, you could have it be like obviously with Aquaman, he can like control fish creatures and whales and stuff like that. With Lana, you could also go that direction with her, but not necessarily specifically with fish, but just with animals in general. Like she could control all animals, and which she kind of can do in the show anyway to a point. Let's face it. But they could like really make that a big thing. Like they could really weaponize that ability of hers as well. And that could make her a very, very formidable hero in the lineup. So that's another thing you could do, like Beast Boy with elements of Aquaman.
Yeah, pretty good point.
That does sound like a really interesting combination right there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then you've got Another character who always comes to mind, and okay, this actually isn't a hero. This is more of a super villain. But obviously, the character when you with Luan Loud, for example, who do people always compare Luan to? The Joker.
Joker.
And they
Yeah,
even called him
Joker.
the Joker in the Full House gang. So it's like they're obviously doing this on purpose. So, I mean, technically the Joker doesn't have any superpowers, but you know what I mean? Like, Luan is kind of like a cross. On April Fool's Day, at least, Luan is like a cross between the Joker and Jigsaw from the Saw movies. And it's like, and I suppose also Kevin from Home Alone, bit of that in there as well. But they could really emphasize like a Joker-esque part of her character. Or they could make her like Harley Quinn, because Harley Quinn's a woman with a bit more of an anti-hero personality, which you could do with Luan, potentially.
Yeah, and there has been some crossover fan art of Luann dressed as Harley Quinn done in the past.
Ah, it's Brody.
Hey, Brody's here.
Hey, Brody.
Yeah. Hi, Brody. We're doing that first one you talked about, the DC and Marvel idea, with the Loud House characters. Brody, you there?
Issues with Brody over here.
Hey, sorry I'm late.
Yeah, it's all
Oh,
right.
you're good.
We've been
It's all good.
we're about 10 minutes in. But yeah, we're just sort of started on that topic. So yeah, we're talking about DC and Marvel heroes and how the Loud House characters, what kind of heroes they could be. We've already spoke about Lola Loud being similar to either the Hulk or the Human Torch from Marvel. We've got Lana being a little bit similar to Beast Boy and a little bit of Aquaman from the DC. And we're currently talking about Luan being similar to the Joker and Harley Quinn. Yeah. Were those some of the ones that you had in mind, or do you have some other ones?
Yeah. I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, I was thinking that Joker and Luann are very similar because both of them tell jokes. Both of them do tell try and be funny and stuff like that. But the difference is Joker does it for his sick pleasure, while Luann does it for fun.
Yeah. I mean, I also did sort of just make a comparison where not only is she a bit like the Joker, but there are also two other characters I'd compare her to from wider media, and those would be Kevin from Home Alone and Jigsaw from the Saw franchise. Luann is almost what you'd get if you put Joker, Jigsaw, and Kevin into one character and made her a woman. Is that a fair comparison?
Yeah.
Yeah. Except maybe a little bit less sadistic than them. I mean, a little. Yeah. But obviously, if you wanted to make her a hero, you could make her more like Harley Quinn, because some modern incarnations of Harley are obviously a little less villainous or a little bit more anti-hero. She's capable of working with the good guys on some occasions.
Yeah, the Injustice one comes to mind.
Yeah. Or even there was the Harley Quinn TV show, wasn't there? The cartoon, where she sort of starts off with the Joker and ends up going off with Poison Ivy and tries to be a villain, but it doesn't work and all that sort of thing. And she's voiced by Katie Couric from The Big Bang Theory.
I did not know that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is a thing.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
In fact, Harley Quinn in recent years has been voiced by both women from The Big Bang Theory. She was also voiced by Melissa Rauch, who was Bernadette, in one of the DC animated movies, Batman and Harley Quinn, I think it was. Yeah. Just a bit of useless trivia.
Yeah.
I think the most important. I think the most another good example of Harley Quinn being a hero or anti-hero is the Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah, the Suicide Squad. Yeah. Oh, Alejindo's joining us. Are you able to make it then?
Some more mic issues going on.
I don't know. As Alejindo said, he wasn't making it, so I'm not. Are you there?
Ah, he's here. I mean,
I don't.
he could
Has he pressed a button by accident or something?
I think he's got to get himself situated.
Yeah.
I'm just a phantom.
Oh yeah, you are.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Okay. Yeah. If you're joining us, then yeah, we're sort of in the middle of talking about Loud House characters and what Marvel or DC superheroes they'd be a good fit for. So yeah, we were just sort of finishing up talking about Luan being similar to the Joker and Harley Quinn.
Um.
But they're
Alright.
villains.
Okay. Here's another one in mind. And this might turn some heads, but I was thinking Lincoln Loud as either Spider-Man or Batman.
You've read the
Okay,
same
Spider-
fic that Noe mentioned earlier, because he mentioned a Spider-Man fic about Lincoln Loud. You've read the same one, haven't you?
Yeah, it's called Lincoln Loud, the Savviest Spider-Man.
Well, no.
You could find it on fanfiction.net, by the way.
I might have to read that, but yeah. The reason why I picked both Spider-Man and Batman because of two. Okay, for Spider-Man, Lincoln is technically a kid, and in some incarnations, Spider-Man is a kid or a teenager, and Spider-Man does like to be a little quirky and stuff like that while fighting his villains like Green Goblin or Mysterio Sandman. And Lincoln, he has his quirks. He's adventurous. He's boisterous. He's technically full of himself.
Yeah, and like Tom Holland, he's reckless.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's also reckless like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And the reason why, for Batman, the reason why I picked him is because Lincoln is also confident. He's brave. He's adventurous. He goes head first with I guess you can say with a plan, because Batman always has a plan.
Yeah. Also, he's similar in the sense that, like, you've got Ace Savvy in the world of the Loud House, and Ace Savvy's kind of like an old school Batman type character where he saves the day with like thinking and detective skills and with gadgets and stuff like that in a similar way to how Batman would. And since Lincoln often in the early seasons before David Steele took over was the like standing for Ace Savvy, like he would sometimes dress up as him and act in the same way, and that sort of does give off very strong similarities between him and Batman in that respect.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I mean, he tries to be a detective, right? He does a horrible job, but he tries.
Well, not always. Like in the episode, well, this is more of a David Steele example, but still, in the episode Family Bonding, he and Clyde do become detectives against that spy family, and in the end, they prove to be right and stop them.
Yeah, that
was pure luck.
I would say that's a really good episode as a true example to talk about to show comparison Lincoln being Batman or Spider-Man because not to mention Spider-Man is also smart.
Yeah, he creates his own web, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Spider-Man.
Yeah,
technically a genius.
Yeah, Peter Parker. He's a whiz in pretty much every subject: mathematics, chemistry, engineering, and mechanics.
Of course, he defeated Doctor Strange in the Mu dimension by using geometry.
Yeah.
He
And they
like,
play it quite a lot in the PS4 game as well, which some of you may have played, where he's Dr. Octavius's like apprentice right at the start of that, and he's working
his
stuff with
his
him.
lab. He was working as his lab assistant.
Yeah, and he ended up like you even like have to do like some like puzzle solving stuff and all that as like mini games within the game, which emphasize like his role as an intelligent young kid, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and in the '90s animated series, he helped defeat the Spot by and of course Kingpin too by just being smart and outsmarting the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, something that always gets to me, I know Spider-Man is, amazing. He's a great detective, everything. I mean, he's the whole package, and that only thinking that makes me hate a lot the Tom Holland Spider-Man because he was mirror of that. The Tom Holland Spider-Man, he wasn't any of that, literally. I mean, he was smart, but he was reckless. He literally was going to destroy the multiverse,
Yeah.
And just because he didn't want his secret to be revealed, I mean, come on, that's not Spider-Man,
But then again, he was still a reckless teenager, so he was bound to make mistakes to some degree, that one included.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's the thing.
Sorry. Like Spidey, Lincoln does have some faults. Like in No Time to Spy, he's when he's trying to get Myrtle's attention, saying, "Hey, let's do a spy mission together." He's a little reckless. He
even when Myrtle tell him one and again, Lincoln, no,
Yes. He goes headfirst in the danger without thinking twice. Like, I mean, if I was Lincoln, or I would technically do the same thing. Just like, oh, this is going to be exciting without like thinking the consequences.
Well, that's
before,
the
like,
thing. Lincoln is a literal child.
I mean,
he's 11 or 12 years old, so he is going to make those kind of screw ups.
And I mean, I really think that it even makes you wonder if he really loves Myrtle or only admires him, admires her. Because I mean, is she not a spy? What is she for him?
Yeah.
Because it's only a spy this, a spy that. I mean, never like, how are you, Myrtle? He even forgets his grandpa,
Yeah,
I mean, oh, Grandpa, there you are.
I mean, there are a couple of issues with an otherwise great film in No Time to Spy. Those being one of them. I do think Lincoln does love like Myrtle beyond her role as a spy. Like we did see in her introduction episode, Instagram. They do like in some other episodes that they are fond of her as a person, not just for being an ex-spy. But obviously that movie, the main focus of the story, and they only had, because the Loud House movies aren't that long, they only have so much time to tell that story. So some aspects are a little bit rushed or botched in places. All three of the movies have that problem to an extent. And I think that was one of the practical limitations of No Time to Spy, because they only had so much time to tell the story, and because the main focus was on, Lincoln and Myrtle and spy stuff, they didn't really have that much time to like do anything else, and it was mostly just Lincoln focusing on the spy related matter at hand. And maybe that did make it come across the wrong way in some respects. I think that's more of a storytelling limitation issue.
And to circle back on the whole Spider-Man thing, there's one other comparison between him and Lincoln, and it's that Peter Parker has the shittiest luck in the entire world.
Oh yeah, well
Yeah.
Lincoln, Lincoln's luck is just hit or miss.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on the episode. Sometimes Lincoln can be, reasonably lucky. I mean, yeah, he gets his fair share of misfortunes in the show, but so does pretty much every character at this point.
But sorry, just but if I can have an opinion here, you're right. I mean, they both have very bad luck, but I do have to say this: Peter Parker has bad luck because I mean, it's the world against him. But I really think Lincoln usually get in trouble by himself.
To a point,
Yeah.
that is a fair point.
That is true. Yeah.
Lincoln again. Lincoln is a young kid. We've got to remember we're comparing a teenager who's almost an adult, and in some incarnations is a young adult, to an 11 or 12-year-old, not even a teenager yet, a little boy, who, of course, he's going to make more mistakes. He's going to, bring more bad luck or bad circumstances on himself with his decisions and his actions. Sometimes, he's not going to be perfect.
Yeah, like any little kid, he doesn't fully think through before he does something.
Yeah.
Like technically, and of course, let's circle around back to Batman, because and in regards of luck, his parents were freaking murdered when he was a kid.
Yeah.
That's terrible luck.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
true.
being at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah. So we could make the comparison.
But if
Yeah.
if you really think about it, come on, you're a rich guy. What are you doing in a dark alley? Come on.
Yeah, it's like have your own Secret Service, like a bunch of a couple bodyguards, and if you know the reference I'm referring to, then you're a veteran on YouTube.
Yeah.
But yeah, we could make lots of comparisons between Lincoln and those two guys, especially in terms of luck and bad circumstances and misfortunes. But since we've got a lot to cover here, I think we'll move on. We've spoken quite a bit about Lincoln. I've touched a little bit on the likes of Lola and Lana. And we did talk about Luan. So we've still got quite a few others to go through. So, I mean, I suppose with another one you could easily make some comparisons for is like maybe Lisa Loud, because obviously she's a young genius, but she's got lots of science and technology and gadgets and stuff like that. So there are plenty of characters in the superhero world that could make similarities. Yeah. Sorry, what?
But of course
I've seen fan art of Lisa Loud as Brainiac. So
there's different versions of Brainiac, isn't there? Like, there's obviously the villain Brainiac, but there's like other heroic versions of Brainiac. There's like young men there in different incarnations. I suppose those could be Lisa.
I know this is very cliche, but I will say Dr. Octopus.
Well, that is a fair point. What if Lisa was?
That's acceptable.
Yeah, because there's a lot of similarities. I think I was sort of thinking that way myself. Doc Ock and Lisa, obviously, like with Doc Ock, he's usually a villain, but like some versions can reform, like the Sam Raimi version. So maybe Lisa's like a more heroic version of Doc Ock, but she's still got like those 4 arms coming out of her, the 4 robotic arms and everything, and she could use them to fight bad guys like that, and she could be wearing like glasses or like science glasses or something. That could be a thing.
Yeah. Which Lisa did event for Lori in that one episode where she tries to help out before she moved. And speaking of genius, this is another superhero that's technically is a genius. Well, a few can come to mind, like Mr. Fantastic, but the one that I think fits best is Iron Man.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
he creates suits.
That is good. Yeah.
Yeah, great suits and everything. He's got sort of like a snarky, sarcastic personality, especially like in the Marvel films, which kind of fits Lisa very well. That sort of cynical edge to their personality, slightly condescending but still well-meaning. Like, yeah, I can absolutely see tons of similarities between Iron Man and Lisa. Yeah, so that could easily be a thing where Lisa builds like her own robotic suit and just enters the battle. Yeah, that easily fits.
Like Doctor Doom.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Yes, I was going to say Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
Well, technically, Doctor Doom uses his genius for world domination, while Lisa, I don't know, she uses her genius for her joys, I guess.
Yeah.
For ego.
Basically
Most
for
of
the
all,
sake of
it's ego.
fun.
Yeah, it does a goof around a little bit.
Well, that's because in Lisa's case, the Loud House is mostly a slice of life show with the occasional big, like movie or special. So obviously, Lisa is mostly going to use her tech for more and genius for more mundane things. But I think, the potential for her to use it in a different setting for more noble heroic purposes is absolutely there. And that again, there are with Marvel and DC, there are tons of like genius characters, like you say, Doctor Doom, Mr. Fantastic, Doctor Octopus, Iron Man, even Spider-Man again. Peter Parker's a genius, as we've discussed. You've got Lex Luthor, who's a villainous example. There are tons of like characters like that you could apply as similar to Lisa. But yeah, I think with her, there's a multitude of different options there.
Well, if we're going to the genius, with the genius, Lisa can even be the Green Goblin,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one.
I would have preferred Luann to be that Emma Gods of Insanity, because Green Goblin's freaking insane.
Well, yeah.
That's
then again, we've already got Joker and Harley Quinn applying to Luann in that regard, so
I mean, in the intellectual, because Green Goblin.
Green Goblin is in his own right a genius.
Norman Osborn, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true. Sometimes it's Harry and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And isn't it funny, like, all these characters, like, a good chunk of them are villains that we're attributing to Lisa Loud.
I mean...
Yeah.
I mean, are we saying... Lisa's going to
Their lack of empathy makes it easier.
Yeah. And of course, I know this is going to be like, huh? What? But in regards to that episode where Lisa has a second personality of being a salesperson, I was thinking of Venom. Because of a few things. One, Venom has two personalities: the symbiote and Eddie Brock, or sometimes Norman Osborn or Flash Thompson, or and two, Venom's very he can deduce Spider-Man's secret identity because, well, Spider-Man wore the suit at one point. And of course, Eddie Brock is technically smart in his own right, but sometimes he can be a little bit of a doofus. And Lisa, when she had that split personality with herself and that salesman, it kind of reminded me of a bit of Venom in a way.
Well, I suppose you could make a sort of loose comparison between those.
Well,
yeah.
You know what? Speaking of split personalities, there is one that comes to mind, and that would be Two-Face from Batman.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
And we're going to get more villains.
Yeah, but to be honest, I will give Two-Face to Luan as well. To Luan,
Yeah.
He's crazy.
Well, that's the point. Yeah.
That's the entire point. Two-Face is.
Yeah.
At one point, he would at one point he's a fair man that thinks around the law. Then it's just like screw justice.
Yeah, big bad Harv.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you've got yeah. So yeah, we've got plenty of examples for Lisa. There's again a multitude of options for her as well. So yeah, we've done Lisa, Lincoln, Lola, Lana, and Luann. So that's probably the easier ones. I suppose another one we could.
Here's an easy one. Lynn as the Wolverine.
I know of. Yeah, there is a guy who does art of that.
Well, she's short, so yeah.
And then a bunch of numbers. I forget the exact username, but he does a lot of stuff. He does a lot of stuff like about Rick and Morty being in a loud house, and he also does a lot of stuff of Lynn as Wolverine.
Yeah, those are really good arts, and I think, in my opinion, thinking about it now, Lynn as Wolverine fits pretty well because both are short fuse. Both they're both agile.
Yeah.
And while Lynn, she thinks mainly about sports, and Logan, he thinks about only himself, his past, and sometimes
alcohol.
Yeah.
Sometimes with the X-Men, like Jean Grey, or wants to, and excuse my language, dick around with Cyclops.
Just one quick question. With Lana, who did you think? Beast of the X-Men? The Beast?
No, we didn't think of that. No. Too bad.
Well, Beast it's a rather intelligent character, so
yeah.
That would mainly go to Lisa for being intelligent, but I do see where you're coming from with Beast and Lana.
Yeah, I think
because Beast is an animal, while Lana loves animals.
Now that I think about it, maybe even Sabretooth.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not too bad, not shabby.
And he is not as smart.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
But yeah, sort of going back to the whole Lynn thing. I mean, yeah, you've got Wolverine. That is a potential comparison. Although Wolverine is a bit more cynical, whereas Lynn's a bit more upbeat in terms of general personality. But in terms of like the powers, yeah, you could imagine like the whole like the very like aggressive style of fighting and everything. Lynn would absolutely be able to embody that perfectly. But there's a few options I think with Lynn again that you could go with.
And they both have super strength, even though it's not showcased as much with Wolverine.
Well, I mean,
what about
because there was a sort of a conversation that a friend of mine had with the guy who does the Lynn Wolverine art, and he actually pointed out the fact that Wolverine's like maximum strength is actually only supposed to be about 2 tons, which is more than any normal human being, right? Right. With Lynn Jr., if we take her feat in season 9's The Gloat, she lifted the entire Loud House, which, based on its, I think, overall size, calculated size and weight, is more than 2 tons. So she's strong. Like that. Those artworks of like Lynn Wolverine overpowering the original aren't exactly accurate. Lynn is at least as strong, if not stronger than Wolverine, based on feats.
That's not Wolverine. That's Superman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Maybe we can. Okay, not compare Superman with his heart and stuff, but maybe with his strength.
Yeah.
I mean, Lynn is very fast in regards of like and stuff like that, but and Superman, yeah, he has super speed and flight and stuff like that, but.
One question: are we limited to DC and Marvel, or we can get from other?
Both.
We can do, I suppose.
Because I really believe you know who I'm thinking of.
Who?
Lynn. No? Any guesses?
I do. I had
Vegeta.
another in mind. I had another in mind.
Yeah,
Bane.
Omni-Man.
Oh,
Ah.
What? Omni-Man. From Invincible? Why?
Yeah.
I'm not actually familiar with that franchise, so I.
Super strict, lack of
Shame.
empathy, total lack of empathy. Reckless.
Oh, yeah, true.
I mean, does Lynn have a complete lack of empathy?
he's-
No, I think that's demonising the character a bit. Like, isn't Omni-Man meant to be like a pretty much an equal, like, heartless guy? From what I can tell.
I mean, you don't want to link with Superman with Omni-Man. She fits more, you know.
Yeah, Omni-Man's basically the evil Superman archetype.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was
ever since
Homelander.
ever since the first idea was incepted in Injustice.
Yeah.
Thanks, DC.
Bane, who said Bane? Bane was a good idea too.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
because-
Well, again, going back to the Ace Savvy thing, they called her the strong suit. Her main power in that was super strength. So obviously, like the writers of the show like to emphasize Lynn's abilities, like being super strong. So you could easily equate Lynn to like super strong superheroes. So you've got characters like Bane, you've got characters like Incredible Hulk, Superman, Thor.
And he uses a lucha libre mask.
Fair enough.
That's a better point.
And to be honest, I really can picture Lynn injecting the venom voluntary. She
Potentially.
will do it.
Oh, I don't know. Well, with Lynn, it's
you-
kind
you
of hard
tell-
to say. Would she really want? With Lynn, would she want to cheat? I'm not sure.
I say
Right.
she would.
That's
I
the
mean,
question.
you ask her, you want to be super strong? Yeah, go ahead. Inject me the venom.
Maybe, yeah. Probably, yeah. The problem is that fucks you up later in life. We all saw the episode from Batman Beyond, right?
Yeah,
Where
Yeah.
he's in
It's no different. It's no different than any other performance-enhancing drug.
Yeah, some are worse than others. Like, why?
More of the soy kids don't do drugs.
Yeah,
Yep.
No, but then that was a really good episode.
yeah. But yeah, like with Lynn, there's so many options. Like, you could easily go with like her super speed thing as well. You could go with the Flash, Quicksilver, that
Or
sort of thing.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
could literally
that's-
go with
that's a
anybody.
good
Like,
picture.
let's be honest. With Lynn Jr., she's the main action-oriented member of the family. So with her, you could, like most superheroes, you could apply to Lynn Jr. She's super strong, she's super fast, super competitive, aggressive, that sort of thing. You could easily, like most superheroes, you could make a comparison of some kind to Lynn Jr. So with her, it's not so. The difficulty isn't being able to apply a superhero to her that's similar. It's being able to narrow it down to one more than others because there's just so many.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
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 So, should we move on to the next loud
Yeah,
sister?
so who
or...
should we talk about next? We've still got Laurie, Lenny, Luna, Lucy, and we're going to do Lily. I don't. Yeah. Well, Lily and Jack the Incredibles, if we're allowed to include non-Marvel and DC. That's a perfect,
Lily
isn't
will
it?
be-
Yeah, that's a
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no brainer there.
So,
Okay,
how about Lucy? Let's start with Lucy.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do.
Can we
And
include
the one that
Wednesday
comes to
Addams?
mind is what's that?
Can we include Wednesday Addams? Because she's basically the same character as Lucy, but with powers, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, that's true.
Technically, that's is the new Wednesday because the original, no, she doesn't have superpowers.
Doesn't she? Or I don't know. I heard that she did. I haven't actually seen a lot of Wednesday Addams, but I thought she's not exactly a normal human, is she? She's like,
I've never seen the Addams Family franchise. All I know is that they're one weird, strange family. That's all I know.
I used to watch the old cartoons, and to be honest, Wednesday and her brother were only two kids that were very lucky to not die every day.
all right. I mean, I'm more thinking of like more modern incarnations, but like, isn't she like an immortal girl with like magic or something?
I believe
I
she
never.
I believe she likes sorcery like that, but no, she's not like a witch, you know. She's just a really dark girl, you know. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the character I'm thinking of that kind of fits Lucy is the Scarlet Witch,
Fair
aka
enough.
Wanda Maximoff.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
That's
Scarlet.
that's
That's
one
pretty good.
example, I suppose.
I really thought the first option would be Raven.
Oh,
That's-
that's
that's-
that's one. That's what I was going with. Raven.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, Raven. I like
She's
Raven.
great. She's great too.
Yeah.
And the thing about Raven is that she has to keep her emotions in check, and Lucy, she's more of the we all know she's more of the monotone speaking type of goth. So yeah, that pretty much checks out in that comparison.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Yeah, that's a pretty. Yeah, Raven's pretty much the best DC or Marvel character I think that matches Lucy.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer
Absolutely,
right there.
personality and abilities wise.
And they both literally have gray skin, for crying out loud.
Yeah, well, that is. Well, Lucy's is more white. Yeah. Well, Raven has like an inhuman, like darkish, greyish skin, doesn't she? Whereas like Lucy just basically never goes out in the sun.
Yeah, and they do have black hair.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, that pretty much
And
checks
Lucy
out.
always has her eyes covered, so that just adds more to the mystery.
Yeah. Lucy's eyes are like Edward Double D's hat from Ed, Edd and Eddie.
Yep.
It's something you never see, but it's always there. And you wonder if they'll ever actually show it. Probably not.
Which I doubt.
Do you think maybe
Because
there's a third eye under there?
I think so. Maybe the same thing Raven has, the little
I know.
crystal in her head.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Lucy's quite an obvious one. So we've still got Laurie,
We got,
Lenny,
like,
Luna. Let's leave the three oldest.
Oh, the
ones.
fan favorites. Yeah.
So, okay,
So,
you're a big Luna fan.
Wait. I have one more for Lucy.
Okay.
Morbius.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it.
Morbius.
Morbius.
He's a vampire.
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
That is a good one. I will give you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good choice.
She's everything she wants to be.
Yeah. But I think Morpheus is more who she'd want to be with as much as anything else.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's kind of a little bit of both if you think about it.
Yeah, probably. She'd want to be with Morpheus and for him to bite her and make her a vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just like with Winston.
Yeah. I don't know. But
Okay, so yeah, we were about to talk about Luna, right?
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, and you asked me who I thought she would be, so
Yeah.
if you ask me, she would be someone who has like electrical based powers, like static shock
No static
or
shock.
electro, something along those lines.
Fair enough. And, like maybe she could
Okay.
channel it through her electric guitar, that sort of thing, and she used
That's
Here's the thing:
that's a good one.
mystical electric guitar that only she can lift, like Thor's hammer. Make that a thing.
Oh, version like Thor. That could be good.
Oh,
You know, I was surprised he was going to say Black Canary because, you know, she's
Yeah.
loud and stuff.
Yeah.
One question. I know we're talking about a famous. One question here. Anybody of you watch the old Teen Titans series?
Some of
The
it,
old one?
a bit.
I do.
Don't you remember there was I mean, he only appears in one episode, but there was a super villain that flew on a guitar. He used a guitar to fly. Don't you
All right.
remember?
I don't know that one.
It was a guy. He used a guitar to fly. He used it as a weapon.
And what Luna could be like a heroic version of that, basically.
Yeah, he was like a punk, you know. I mean,
Right.
he was. Luna is perfect. It's perfect with that, you know. But he's not famous, not at all, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, you could do that. That could be a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, a Thor version of Luna does sound like a really good idea, considering all the thunder and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she always refers to her guitar as her axe, so that checks out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. And also, I think and very good comparison. Thor has his brother Loki, who is a trickster. Luna has Lan, who's also a trickster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So true.
That's
Here's an interesting question: Luna will have the Mjolnir or the Stormbreaker?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say Stormbreaker.
She has her own guitar, doesn't she?
Stormbreaker for sure.
Yeah.
Stormbreaker.
Well, again, she's
I
got the
use
guitar,
my
hasn't she? That would be her weapon. Nobody else can live. Like, imagine that, a god. Like, well, think about it. In the recent Marvel movie where Russell Crowe plays Zeus, he's throwing literal, like, physical, solid lightning bolts at people and stuff like that. A god like that would easily be able to say, "Here's an electric guitar that I've made that only you can hold." Like, there you go. Perfectly plausible.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, so yeah, that's a pretty good choice for Luna. So finally, we've got the two oldest sisters, Laurie and Lenny.
Top fan favorites.
Yeah.
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 Got anything
I mean,
to start with?
I think with Lenny it's pretty obvious, you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess Green Lantern.
Nope.
Ah,
no. What? Where did that come from?
Why Green Lantern?
Well, I mean, if you think about it, a ring is an accessory a girl likes. So,
But
I was going to say Wonder Woman, but okay.
yeah.
oh, I thought Lordy would put that.
I mean, no.
No,
Yes.
I think Green Lantern would fit Lloyd. Lenny, I would think either Wonder Woman or I was going to say Miss Fantastic, aka the Invisible Woman.
Invisible Woman. Yeah, I think that too.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a little. Lenny's a little tricky.
Yeah, I think with Lenny's a difficult one to say.
Yeah.
I have one interesting for Lenny. I have an interesting one. Remember when Lenny, when they wanted to convince the parents to take them to the hotel and she dressed like a cat?
Catwoman.
Yeah.
Black.
No, Catwoman. No,
No,
Catwoman.
Catwoman.
The other one with the Spider-Man fell.
Black
Cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black Cat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got-
Black Cat.
Yeah. That.
Fair enough.
I mean, I could kind of sort of see that. And there's one who's, I know that it's totally out there, but I was thinking something akin to like Hawkeye or Green Arrow, something like that. Like, what if Lenny was like a damn good archer or something like that?
Yeah. I mean, here's another one. Sorry, you carry on.
Sorry. I'm sorry if I interrupted you. No, I was just wanting to say that if we're talking about, Lenny, what Lenny can do, I will say Lenny will be Catwoman because she's very good with opening key locks,
Yeah.
She will be a very good thief.
Yeah.
Well, going back to the whole comparison I was going to make, I remember earlier I spoke about the Full House gang and like the personas of each of the Loud siblings in that exists in the official franchise. And with Lenny, she was the 11 of Hearts. Now, I've literally just reminded myself of this by looking up on the fandom wiki. The 11 of Hearts outfit is similar to the outfit of Miss Marvel, Carol Danvers. Would Miss Marvel maybe be a good comparison?
You got me there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm on the fence about that.
Yeah, I don't think Captain Marvel will technically fit Lenny. I think that would be Lloyd's case.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was going to
actually.
say that Laurie.
Okay, so,
Laurie for sure.
so basically, I've given everyone the answer for Laurie. We've got Captain Marvel. Well,
Yeah.
the Marvel version of Captain Marvel, because in the past there were two Captain Marvels, one from each franchise, and of course, because of name rights, they had to change his catchphrase, so he's now Shazam. But he used to be Captain Marvel as well, just to be confusing.
Yeah.
You know you really. I know we already passed Luna. With Captain Marvel, you made me wonder something.
Well,
What
yeah,
about
because
the
Captain
other
Marvel has
Captain
short hair
Marvel,
in the
the British
Marvel
one,
films.
the British one?
Yeah.
She could be Luna.
Yeah, Luna and Captain Marvel have short hair. They both got sort of tough personalities. Why not? Although I still think the one we came up with kind of worked better. But yeah. So and by trying to come up with an example for Lenny, I sort of came up with one for Laurie where she could be Captain Marvel. So, although does anyone else have any other ideas? I know one of you a minute ago said Wonder Woman for her potentially.
That was me.
To be honest, I also think Lonnie could be a good Captain America. You know.
Okay.
For her general persona, you know, when she's a general.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because Lenny's all about that heart of gold. Which speaking, I was on the fence on this. Has anyone seen the Disney Plus show What If?
No.
I've seen the first. I've seen the first few episodes. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, technically, in one of the episodes, there was this other version of Captain America where instead of Steve Rogers, it's Peggy. Yeah, it's Peggy Carter, and she
appeared in the Doctor Strange as well. The second one.
Died immediately. Sometimes.
But that one, I think I got mistaken. She is the one that in the other version she's British, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's British.
For Luna.
Yeah, for Luna, not Captain Marvel. Sorry, it was Captain British. Sorry.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for Peggy, that's a good pick for Luna.
So I think, in my opinion, Captain Carter fits Lenny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, back with Laurie. Back with Laurie being Wonder Woman, I think it would fit because just imagine Laurie Loud with a lasso and a sword and a shield.
Yeah, I can sort of see that.
There is one interesting character. I don't know. I'm not sure if you know her, but I think she can be Lenny. Have you ever heard about the Dazzler? Dazzler, I think that's the name.
Dazzler? I would
I
think
don't know who that
that would be
is.
for Luna.
I mean,
Because she's not a
hot.
singer.
No. But no,
Or, but I think
she's a
Lighthouse.
superhero. I think her power is the light. I'm not sure.
Light.
Yeah. The Dazzler. I remember her because I got the volumes of Marvel Zombie, and she appears there, and she looks like Lenny, to be honest.
I'm with the blonde hair and everything. I see it.
And she's hot.
Yeah.
Thanks. You just gave Russo a whole big idea. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see that on the front page.
I'm not sure. Sorry. She's friends with the Scarlet Witch. No, not Scarlet Witch. With the other one, the one from Doctor Strange. She's a witch. I don't remember.
Yeah.
The other one, the other witch. She has a whole show too. That one character. I know what you're talking about. I just don't remember her name.
Yeah.
But I never saw it. Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Sorry.
Yeah. So we're an hour in, and we've covered all the Loud siblings and all the different possibilities for them. Before we wrap things up, are there any other characters from the franchise that you have any especially big ideas for regarding what kind of superhero or supervillain personas from Marvel or DC that they could fit? Like Ronnie.
Well, if you ask me, I think Mr. Loud, Len Loud Sr. would be Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards.
Okay.
I think, in my opinion, Clyde would either fit either Green Lantern or Miles Morales Spider-Man.
That's good. That's a good one too.
I think the Miles Morales one kind of works. I think I can sort of get a bit of a vibe there.
Yeah, especially with some multiple Loud House Spider-Man crossover fanfics with Lincoln being Spider-Man.
Absolutely.
Oh my god! I think I'm gonna make myself. I really wish this doesn't go wrong, but for Clyde, I will say, oh my god, I can't believe I'm gonna say this. Black Panther.
Black
That's
Panther.
not a bad idea.
Yeah, that's a good one. Actually.
That is good. Yeah.
Black
Yeah.
Panther.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I miss Black Panther.
Yeah.
He could be the protege of Black Panther, so to speak.
Yeah.
There's a number.
That's not a bad
There's a number.
But who was the other one? His nemesis, the one that they appeared in the movie.
Killmonger.
The bad guy.
Yeah, Killmonger.
Yeah.
Killmonger.
His cousin. Yeah.
Fair enough.
If Clyde will be a villain, he could be him as well.
It could be
Why
a
not?
villain, anti-hero, whatever. It could be that.
Yeah.
Or anti-villain, I don't know.
So we've done Clyde. Anything else?
Okay, let's see. What about Mrs. Loud? Who would she
Rita?
be? Rita.
Yeah.
Sue Storm. To be honest, Sue
Sue
Storm. Yeah.
The Invisible Woman.
She's she's protective. She cares for her children.
Yeah,
that is a good point.
That's a good pick.
With those force fields, that is a really good pick for her.
Yeah.
Enough. Yeah, she protects her kids. Alternatively, she could be Elastigirl, or that's similar to Mr. Fantastic.
Oh yeah, that's a no-brainer right there.
Another one I will say maybe a Storm.
Oh, Storm.
She's one of the. She really cares for all the X-Men.
Yeah, she's the lead. Yeah.
Yeah, that could work. So anything else? Any other characters? We'll just sort of pop it through now, just to end it.
Zach as Martian Manhunter.
Because he's into Martians,
he's
into
an alien.
aliens.
All about aliens.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
And okay, how about?
I didn't hear.
Huh?
I didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
Zach Girdle as Martian Manhunter.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Maybe. And of course, you don't have to agree with me, but I'm on the fence here. Chandler as the Punisher.
But I like the Punisher.
The Punisher is, even though he's brutal, he's got a sort of an idea of wrong and he's following it through. Chandler's just kind of a general menace, so I don't know if that fits.
For Chandler, I will go for Lex Luthor.
Okay, that makes more sense to me.
Apart from the fact that Lex Luthor was actually intelligent.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
But we have the chance to shave his hair.
Although let's face it.
I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you what. He definitely has Lex Luthor's narcissism. That is for damn sure.
We'll give him that. Yeah. But then that's most villains for you. I mean, if you want to give Chandler a villain personality, I mean, let's see, who would he be fitting for? Maybe fucking. Let's see. I mean, you've got Lex Luthor's way too intelligent for Chandler. I'm trying to think now. It's like a really. Who's a really pathetic, jokey villain? Yeah. I don't know. Kind of a joke, really.
You know who I will go for Chandler? How about the Trickster?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I was actually thinking of the Trickster, because he's more of a, and no offense, but he's a more pathetic version of the Joker. If you ask me.
Oh, what?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, he's crazy, but not that kind of crazy,
No.
Yeah. Anyway, how about Ronnie Ann? What do you guys think?
Ooh, that's tough.
Falcon?
Yeah, Falcon. Yeah, why not?
Sure.
I mean, I remember a really old fan art of Ronnie Ann. Like, I think it was when Coyote Ron was still around. Do you remember that artist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a fan art of like Halloween, and I think Ronnie Ann was like dressed as like Xena Warrior Princess or something like that.
Yeah, I remember.
That's not DC or Marvel, but you know we've sort of deviated out of that anyway, so that might be an option.
Yeah.
That would be true.
You could also go with like Hawk Girl or something, or
Yeah.
I mean, Hawk Girl's a good pick.
Or even
that's true.
Oh yeah, Huntress. That's a decent idea.
Okay.
Black Widow?
Yeah, Huntress. Yeah.
Yeah, Black Widow.
What about Black Widow?
Black Canary.
What about
that one fits.
what about Batgirl? How she fit as Batgirl?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Female Batman basically with Barbara Gordon.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know about that one. Yeah, I mean, Ronnie Ann, you could give her a bunch of different options as well, because like round.
Yeah.
She's a mixed bag. That one.
Yeah, that's a little tough.
Yeah. And
For another one, how about for Ronnie Ann? How about Black Widow?
yeah, we said that.
I said Black Widow. I don't know if you guys heard me, but I think Black Widow.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah, Black Widow.
Fair enough. Yeah,
I think we need to laugh a little. How about Rusty?
Rusty.
I will say Ron Weasley.
Ron What did you just say? Ron Weasley?
The heck?
Or am I hearing?
They both red hairs.
Yeah.
That's all. No, I'm kidding.
Right.
Okay. How about this? Rusty as Plastic Man.
Oh yeah,
I see that.
Yeah. Plastic Man.
No. Booster Gold.
Booster Gold.
Oh, Booster Gold. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Because he and to quote Death Battle, he is 100. He's completely 100% full of shit.
I mean, and he's totally what is the word for this? He's totally made up superhero, because he's not even the superhero, he's the suit.
Yeah. And you know what? While we're talking about Lincoln's friends, this one's just occurred to me, and I know we've already used Superman for a few different characters like Lynn and Lincoln by now. But I've actually just had this idea, and Liam Honeycutt.
What is that noise? Sorry, but
I don't know. I can't really hear anything like out of the ordinary. What?
No, sorry. Maybe it's my imagination. Sorry. Go on.
No, so I was actually thinking Liam Honeycutt as Superman, and here's why. Liam is a farm boy. Superman grew up on a farm. Liam, I mean, before Kara entered the scene, he was probably the most physically athletic of Lincoln's friend group, but he wasn't naturally a violent person. And the thing is with Superman, even though he's like, a heroic, good guy, he's not always like naturally that aggressive. Like he's, what I mean? Like he only uses violence when he has to. He's not like a blood knight or anything. And Liam would probably be the same way if he had superpowers and super strength. He's not naturally an aggressive person, as we saw, like with his comparison with Lynn, in the whole monitoring and all that sort of thing. And Liam is like a good-hearted kid, pure American kind of guy. He kind of fits the persona of Superman perfectly, so he could potentially fill that role quite well.
To me, Liam, he strikes me as the more level-headed and mature one of the friend group.
Yeah, him and
Yeah.
Stella and maybe
Yeah.
Kat, based on what we've seen of her so far. Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, it's Lincoln Friends that I like the most. To be honest,
I like them. I do think season 5 and some other seasons do use them a bit too much. But I do think they are an improvement over just Lincoln and Clyde. I will say that. But I still like the Loud family the most, if I'm honest.
whoa. Before I forget, there is one more I have for Rusty. Syndrome from the Incredibles.
Okay.
Oh, Syndrome?
Yeah, Syndrome.
All right.
For Rusty, what do you think?
Don't know. Like,
Well, Syndrome is pretty smart. He creates his own invention, so...
I mean, Syndrome is really intelligent. So, again, does that fit?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's. I was talking most of all because I mean I really can't believe Rusty is very very with bad intentions. He's very capable.
Maybe. But I don't know.
I don't think he's that loyal to his friends. I never think that.
I don't know. That's hard to say, to be honest. Okay. Yeah, we're an hour and 10 minutes in, so I think we've pretty much said all we need to say on this. Yeah, there are tons of options. Like, there are so many Loud House characters, but there are also so many characters from the Marvel and DC franchises, even beyond that, out there. And you can put so many options to any one of the Loud House characters. It's like, what kind of hero or villain could they be? Which we knew going in, but it was just kind of a little fun discussion to see what we come up with. I think we've had a bit of a fun time bouncing ideas off each other. And, the conversation's gone in some interesting directions. So, I think we'll wrap it up there. Thanks to each of you for being on this podcast. It's a lot of good fun.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's no problem. Just
So,
ride with money or something.
This really was a fun talk.
Yeah. So.
I really like this talk, to be honest. Too bad we didn't talk about Cookie, but that's okay. My personal background character, my favorite, Cookie.
Oh.
Cookie QT.
All right. Yeah. Okay. But for all of you who have listened to this podcast, what other ideas do you have for what kind of superheroes or villains the Loud House characters can be? What examples didn't we think of in this discussion that you might have in mind? Let us all know in the comments section down below. And with that being said, I'll see you
Somewhere else.
next time. Peace.